Okay, so the recording is starting soon. Thank you so much again, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Ana Tarazona. I am the Virtual Studies Coordinator at the UniPID Coordination Unit, and I will be guiding today this session about the UniPID Virtual Studies Call for Proposals. It's our annual call that we have for updating our UniPID Virtual Studies program. Uh, Today, I also have the pleasure to have an extra support. I have my colleague Marika, who will be joining us today, and she will be also helping me in answering your questions and doubts uh, about the calls. So, Marika, would you like to very briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon also on my behalf. My name is Marika Oikarinen, and I work as a university teacher here in the University of Oulu, and I'm also one of the virtual studies UniPID contact persons here in the University of Oulu, and have had the pleasure also of running one of the virtual courses, Global Education Development, for a couple of years now, together with Professor Elina Lehtomäki. So happy to be here with you and maybe answering some of the more practically oriented questions. Welcome on my behalf as well.
Thank you so much, Marika. Marika and I have been contributing also in the evaluation process of the previous virtual studies proposals. So we are more or less familiar with all this process, and the idea of today's session is also to offer like some suggestions and things to reflect on when you are preparing your proposal. So very welcome to also raise your questions during the session. I will share my screen now with a presentation that we have prepared. Can you see now my slides?
Yes, we can see them.
Okay, perfect. Just some practicalities. I will be sharing with you this presentation. This presentation have some links that will be useful during your process for proposals. You will also receive this information in your email, and I will share the recording of this session with you afterwards. So no worries if I am going perhaps so fast in some sessions. You will have the opportunity to see this again and pause it whenever you needs to. And also, if you happen to have more questions and they are not answered for some reason here, either because we don't have time or because you forgot about it, you can also reach out to me or to Marika also later if you have any other question. Or very likely more questions will arise also once you are doing the proposal. So just feel free to reach out to us and we will try to answer. So I have this suggested agenda for today. First of all, we will go very briefly through some context about what is UniPID and how about the education services, but we will pay more attention to the calls that we have for this year. Some of you may be somehow familiar with this call, but we have introduced a new contribution modality for this year. So I will be also focusing on this, trying to make sure that we understand what are the differences between one and another, and making sure that you are submitting your proposal in the right submission form. In the next point, we will be also addressing some tips or considerations that may help you during the time you are formulating your proposal. We will address some components of the proposal and some questions that perhaps may be useful during your process. I have added this fifth point here. How do I know which modality is right for me? If we don't have time during this session, I will leave it here in this presentation so that you can also uh, go to this section afterwards with more time and you can decide by answering some questions what is the right submission form for you. And finally, we will open, of course, the floor for some round of questions and answers for you as well. Again, you are welcome to bring your questions either by unmuting yourself or by writing questions out via chat as well. So, what is UniPID? UniPID is the Finnish University Partnership for International Development. We are a network of 9 Finnish universities, but now we are also welcoming one new member. So now we are 10 Finnish universities. Since Hanken is also joining us, we still do not have the logo here, but very soon it will be part of this big logo and member universities for us. And this network was organized with the idea of advancing in universities' global responsibility. That's why we focus on different topics that always respond to this general objective. We offer different type of services, education, research and societal impact, the higher education pillars mainly, but for today's session perhaps we should focus on the education pillar where our UniPID virtual studies program is. The vision of our education services is that we can offer students access to high quality courses on sustainable development pathways, and that they will have at the same time the opportunity to work collaboratively with peers from the global south, so that our courses are not just offered to Global South partners, but this invitation is also for those proposing new courses or proposing courses in general to also design and develop these courses in collaboration with Global South partners. So, the UniPID call for virtual studies proposals 2025. Once again, as every year, we are invited interested teachers and lecturers from UniPID member universities to submit proposals for updating our UniPID virtual studies program. The aim of our program is to offer equal opportunities for students to learn about global development in general and sustainability, especially bringing forward perspectives from the global south. Any course proposal that adheres to UniPID Virtual Studies learning objectives is eligible to apply. And again, as I said earlier, for this year, we have a different concept of contribution. I will be focusing in this as well. So we have 2 different modalities. One of them is the general call for course proposals 2025. If you have applied before for UniPID or have submitted a proposal, you may be already familiar because this is the general or the regular call that we have every year. But the second one is the new modality that we are offering for this year and is the call for proposals for pooling courses 2025. And I will explain further about this. Let's start with the regular call. Is the general call for course proposals 2025 is the call that we have had for so many years. And again, if you have submitted your proposal, this is the call that we have had very usually. So in this general call, we have 2 submissions or 2 modalities or submodalities, let's say, to submit your proposal. One of them is for updating or sorry, for new UniPID courses, and another one is for updating an existing UniPID course. So the new UniPID course means that a sum of up to 6,500 euros per course will be available from UniPID for the creation and provision of a new online course. And updating an existing UniPID course is this submodality that we have, and where we offer 4,500 euros per course for updating a course that has been already offered at least 3 times as part of the UniPID Virtual Studies syllabus. Let's talk first about the new UniPID course. So what is considered a new course for this call? A new course is considered if it is designed and developed to align with the UniPID Virtual Studies learning objectives. For this call, we aim or we would like to have course proposals addressing some of these topics. Every year we change our topics depending on what we have so far, what we are offering in our current virtual studies catalog, and what type of gaps we consider we may have. However, it is important to note here that these are only recommendations, suggestions that we would like to for you to propose, but that of course you are very welcome also to go and explore our virtual studies catalog and identify also what type of gaps you may offer also, or you may identify and you may have a course to offer to us. So please do not take this as a strict requirement, but rather as an invitation or as a basis for you to explore possibilities of courses. So there are two themes that we would like for you to uh, uh, draft your proposal. It doesn't mean that you need to cover both of these themes, but rather only one, or even including like different type of topics. So the big theme that we have, the first one is about challenges of sustainable development in the global south, and this theme may include some topics such as academic freedom, development economics, local initiatives on development, sustainable tourism, decolonial studies, research and development studies, environmental conflicts, global health, social protection system, climate justice, human rights, and a big etc. We would also like to encourage proponents to present proposals, of course, with a strong interdisciplinary approach. It doesn't mean that only those under the development studies field are welcome to submit proposals, but rather we are extending the invitation to include different perspectives and approaches as well in your proposal. The second big theme that we are inviting or welcoming proposals in is about project management in development cooperation. Uh, and in this theme, some topics may be of your interest, such as project cycle management, budgeting, assessment, evaluation, theory of change. And we also invite you, in case you are interested in presenting a proposal on this theme, we invite you to consider the possibility of using Flingo's online self-study package. Is also linked here, in case you find it also relevant. For the new UniPID courses, if you are working on a new proposal, we also welcome, even though this is not a strict requirement, but we greatly appreciate proposals developed and designed in collaboration with partner universities in the Global South. However, this means that there are some aspects that need to be also reflected beforehand and discussed also with your potential partners. For instance, you are required to also elaborate on the terms of collaboration. If you are presenting this proposal with a partner university in the Global South, please elaborate like what type of aspects you have discussed, and you may want to consider some practical aspects such as allocating credits to students from Global South universities, bearing in mind that as part of our network, we can grant credits to those students, uh, part of our member universities. But if you are offering a course with a partner in the Global South, we cannot grant those credits because the partners are not direct members of our network. So that's something that needs to be discussed with the Global South University, with your partners, if there is a possibility to allocate credits also to their students. The course schedule is something that you may want also to consider, bearing in mind the time difference. How about the access to internet connection and teaching materials? Are they also available for everyone regardless of their location? Uh, and yeah, in general, other practical issues that may ensure that the course is convenient, fruitful, and enriching for all the partners involved. So, very welcome to present your proposals also with partners in the Global South, and please take care of these practicalities as well. Now, this second submodality for this general call is updating an existing UniPID course. We emphasize here in UniPID course because updating a course means that this course has already been offered within the UniPID Virtual Studies program, that the course has been offered at least 3 times already within our Virtual Studies catalog as well. So if this is your case, you can apply for up to 4,500 euros per course for updating and making your course available again through UniPID. Of course, the course content and design and practicalities may be modified to fit the current schools criteria. For example, if you already offer the course through UniPID, but you want to update, let's say, the learning material, to update the content, even to include a new partner, this is also possible under this submodality. What are the conditions of funding for this general call, including both new and updating courses? So the prospective contracting party to sign the course agreement should be one of the UniPID member universities. This means you are welcome to present your proposals with partners in the Global South, but bear in mind that the contract is signed between UniPID or our coordination university and one of our UniPID member universities. Upon selection, and this is very important, but before the first offering of the course, the responsible teacher must ensure that the course is added to the member university's syllabus or open university. This means that you are welcome to submit your proposal, but we strongly encourage you to have this discussion with the head of department within your faculty to make sure that if in case the course is selected in this call, you are able to include it in your university syllabus or in the open university. If the course is not part of the home university curriculum, this means that cannot be added to UniPID because we need to grant the credits to our students. So it's okay if the course is not yet included in the curriculum, but please make sure that you have had already this discussion before applying to avoid any future problems. The online courses should be worth 5 ECTS. The language of teaching is English, and their primary target group should be master's level students. This doesn't mean that other level students are not welcome, but rather that you should make sure that master level students are also welcome to apply for this, to take the course, sorry. The courses must be offered as a UniPID online course at least 3 times in consecutive academic years, and the first offer of the course should be within the academic year 2025-2026. So, how to submit a proposal? This has slightly changed with the evaluation committee. We agree that some modifications are needed in order to make it easier for both the proponents but also for the evaluation committee to make the evaluation or to read in a better way the proposal. So, first of all, make sure to read the full call, and I have attached here the link where you can find it. Pay special attention to the formulating a proposal section where we are making a list of all the components that you should have in mind when preparing your proposal. And please note that, as said, there are 2 different submissions forms, one per modality, and use this link that I'm attaching here only if you are submitting a proposal for either a completely new course or for updating a UniPID course. And here you can find the link again. The deadline for both modalities is the same, 4th of December 2024 at 23:59. How to submit a proposal, and these are some components that you should bear in mind if you are submitting a successful application. So in the submission form, you will fill in all your contact details. We are also asking for this time the contact details of the person representing the degree program or faculty at your home institution with whom the proposal was discussed or agreed. This, as explained previously, This means that you are introducing here the information of the person in your department or faculty that is already aware that you are participating for this call, and that the course is feasible to be included in the curricula if it's not included yet in the case of updating a new course. And additionally, you are requested to submit a document with your virtual course proposals. In the past, proponents were asked to fill in some boxes in our submission form, but for this time we decided that it is better to ask proponents to submit a document with all the information. And the proposal format is very flexible as long as you are all, of course, covering all the required components. But we have also designed one template that can be downloaded from this link that I have attached here. You will also find it in the call and in the submission form website, um, that perhaps can make it easier for you to develop your proposal, since we have included there all the components that you should bear in mind when you are presenting your proposal. But again, this is not strict. You can use another type of format as long as you are including all the components required in the call. Please refer to the formulating a proposal section in the call for detailed information on the components. And just in case the document size exceeds 1 megabyte, please send it to this email. Now let's introduce the new modality that we have for this year. This is the call for proposals for pooling courses 2025. And at this point, some of you may have this question of, okay, but what does pooling course involve? Okay, so this method of pooling already existing courses, it helps us also with the idea of sharing expertise among our member universities in topics that align very well with UniPID's mission. And the idea is to avoid overlapping and, of course, expanding the number of courses that are available for our UniPID virtual studies, while also expanding the possibilities that our students have to take courses from different member universities. So, UniPID member university teachers may propose well-established courses that are already included in degree programs of the member universities and do not require additional funding to be added to the UniPID Virtual Studies program. So basically, this opportunity for pooling courses is only for those courses that already exist in the home university curriculum, but that has never been offered through UniPID. And this is also very important, do not require any additional funding to be added to the UniPID Virtual Studies program. This means that if you are pulling a course within the UniPID Virtual Studies program, you are not receiving any additional funding. Here we have also listed some benefits that you may get when offering your course within the UniPID Virtual Studies program. The first of those is that UniPID is a high-quality network that promotes social responsibility, global sustainable development, and equitable academic partnerships. So teaching with this network can positively impact your career, and we strongly recommend you to include your involvement in the pooling initiative in your CV, since this may impact it very positively. Also, the pool course can be taken by your students as part of the UniPID Sustainability and Development Study module. It's a module that we have here in UniPID, and we offer this possibility to students at our member universities. And the module consists of 25 ECTS, equivalent to 5 UniPID courses. And if you pull one of your courses, then of course the students are always welcome to include this course within this study module. Additionally, the responsible teacher or teachers of the course will gain access to materials designed by UniPID to enhance the learning experience. Additionally, we organize annual good practices workshop for teachers, to which, of course, teachers of pool courses are equally invited. And perhaps the last one may be of the interest of your department and faculty, and is that your university will gain funding for the credits you award to students from other universities, as teaching collaboration is incentivized by the Ministry of Education and Culture in the university's basic funding. How to know what courses are welcome to apply for the course polling? Basically, any course proposal that adheres to the UniPID Virtual Studies learning objectives is eligible to apply. And here I'm again listing the relevant themes or topics that may be of our interest. But again, I want to emphasize here that this is not a strict list of courses. Those are basically the same that we had for the new UniPID courses, included academic freedom, development economics, global initiatives on development, etc. But if you also identify or if you consider that you are already teaching a course that may be useful and relevant for our UniPID Virtual Studies program, then you are very welcome also to apply. And still, if you have some doubts, you can always reach out to us just to make sure that your course is eligible also to for this pooling option. In this modality of pooling courses, unlike the previous one, the responsible teacher and the hosting department or faculty are the ones specifying for how many times you are willing to offer the course within the UniPID Virtual Studies program. It could be from 1 to 3 semesters, and you decide, of course, the time that better fits your schedule and your department's schedule as well. To ensure sufficient course offering in the upcoming years, UniPID also encouraged courses to be offered across consecutive academic years instead of consecutive semesters. So that means that if you are offering the course or if you are willing to offer the course in spring, then we would invite you to offer the course again in next spring instead of next autumn. Finally, UniPID recommends offering the course more than once and allocating 20 seats for UniPID students. This is, of course, one recommendation. You are also very welcome to make extra suggestions. What are the conditions for funding or for pooling these courses? The prospective contracting party to sign the course agreement should be one of the UniPID member universities, as said before. Most importantly, the course in matter must be already part of your home university's curriculum. It should or it must already exist there. Courses must be offered in English and in online format. If your course, for instance, is in another format, in a different language, or is given in an in-person format, then you can also establish in your proposal how or what type of changes or modifications you are willing to do in order to meet these criteria as well. All online courses should be worth 5 ECTS, and their target group should include, but not only, master's level students. The selected courses, oh, no, yeah. The selected courses for pooling should be offered for the first time in the academic year 2025 and 2026. How to submit a proposal? The process is more or less the same as in the first modality. We recommend for you to take a closer look at the full call for this modality 2. It's available in this link that I'm attaching here. And again, remember always that there are two different submissions forms and that you should use this link here only if you are presenting a proposal for pooling a course. The deadline is the same, the 4th of December 2024. The process exactly the same. You are requested to fill in your information, your contact details, and also the contact details of the person representing the degree program or faculty at the home institution with whom the pooling option was discussed and agreed. And finally, you are requested also to submit a document containing all the information about the course proposal. We have also designed one template for pooling courses. Maybe you should make sure that you are using the right template since the templates are different. from one proposal to another because the criteria for both modalities are different. So maybe make sure that you are using the right template, but again, you are welcome to use the format or the template that you want. Please refer to the formulating a proposal section in the call for detailed information on the components. And again, if the document is too big, please send it to this email, please. Now, this part is about having some tips or reflecting on some aspects during the formulation of your proposal. Please take this only as recommendations, but this is not strict, is very strict, or it doesn't mean that you should include everything there. Just feel free to modify these, of course, and make sure that this is fitting your own proposal. And another practicality that I should mention here is that these tips that we have organized here are mainly for those who are presenting new UniPID courses or that are updating UniPID courses as well, since we believe that if you are pulling a course within UniPID or aiming to pull a course within the UniPID Virtual Studies program, the course is more or less well designed. The course has already some criteria, and that even though you are making some changes, there is not that much space for making big modifications. But of course, you may find these reflections or tips also very useful when you are reformulating your proposal for submitted. But please bear in mind that some components or aspects mentioned here perhaps are not very suitable for the modality number 2. So we have listed here, we have two columns. In one of them, we have the components, and in the right one, we have some questions, comments, and even some material that may be useful for you when you are presenting this. When you are asked for instance, talking about the course content, we are asking you what is the main topic of your proposal, but also to consider if this topic address also a timely and current global challenge, and if this topic is also complementing the current UniPID Virtual Studies program. You could, of course, bear in mind the suggestions that we are giving here, but you are also very welcome to take a look to our Virtual Studies catalog, the current one, and try to identify any gap that you may have an idea to cover. Also, try to focus on interdisciplinary approaches. Bear in mind that our students are coming from different disciplines, from different master's programs. So try to also open this floor. How does the content link to the Global South? Even if you are not working or you are not developing this course with a Global South partner, it is always very relevant to find the link between the topic that you are presenting and the Global South. How about the maximum amount of students enrolled through UniPID? This is also one question. We recommend, and this is a recommendation, you are very welcome to offer a different number of seats, but we recommend having or offering at least 60 seats to UniPID students, and this only applies for new courses and updating courses, since pooling courses have other criteria. And take also into mind the possibility of including students from potential partners. So if you are developing the course with Global South partners, then consider also the possibility to open the course to them. We ask about prior knowledge or skills required from students. So please specify the prior knowledge and skills required for the potential students. Be reasonable. This means like, is it feasible, the prior knowledge or skills you are asking for the course? Remember that the UniPID Virtual Studies program is targeted for master's level students. So this is also good to bear in mind. About the course objectives and expected learning outcomes, it's good to reflect whether the objectives are well articulated and reasonable with the learning outcomes. Also take into consideration workload for students, different learning styles, diverse backgrounds, etc. About pedagogical approach, teaching methods, and learning materials, Please prioritize methods and pedagogical approaches that facilitate teacher-student partnerships and interactions. This is one initiative that we are working on at the moment in UniPID, and where, by the way, Marika is having a relevant role here, is that we are trying to introduce students also as partners in the development of our course. And we have attached here one fireside chat that Marika had with one of her students, sorry, uh, and they are approaching this aspect as well. So you are very welcome also to watch it. Also consider course material based on up-to-date research. How about the learning material? Are they up to date? Are they perhaps too old? This is some of the feedback we have received also within UniPID. So please, it's also very relevant to think about it. Is the design of your course also suitable for an online environment? Bear in mind that if the course or if you are planning to offer this course, it needs to be suitable for an online environment, and also consider like also so many aspects or practicalities that are proper of this online teaching learning environment. Does the design encourage students interaction and collaborative learning? Consider also including easy and open access material resources, since some of them will be also reached by students perhaps based in a different um, area where some material or resources may be restricted. Take in mind different contexts, backgrounds, and potential technical difficulties for online learning. For instance, if you are using video recordings, avoid using or uploading long videos or restricted access articles, etc. And also consider diversity in the learning material and course sources. How about including perspectives from the Global South? Even if your course is not designed or not developed in collaboration with the Global South, it's always great to have also in the learning material some lectures, some readings, some video recordings also, or some other sources highlighting perspectives from the Global South. About the students' assessment and feedback to students during the course, it is also nice and students really appreciate when teachers offer some feedback to the activities that they are submitting. So please consider this and how you are aiming to provide feedback to the students. Are the assessment methods articulate with the objectives and expected learning outcomes? We also ask for a preliminary course timetable. Of course, this could be modified once you are offering the course or before offering the course, sorry. Uh, but we are asking for a preliminary course timetable just to make sure that you are considering these aspects and that the time you are demanding for the course is feasible for a 5 ECTS course. So how long the course will be? How often does the class meet? If you are having like these encounters, online encounters, of course, with the students, or if you aren't, take in mind also potential participation of students in a different time zone, especially if you are having living video lectures or living lectures, then you may consider also like how having partners or potential students from different time zone may affect also their attendance. Try to balance between flexibility and interaction. Sometimes, and in general, students really appreciate when they have the flexibility to see, for instance, a video recording afterwards, but they also appreciate interaction between a student, teacher, teacher, student, 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 etc. So try to find a balance also between flexibility and interaction. Take into account also the time out of the sessions required for assessment, reading, etc., since this is also part of the course. We ask you for presenting a semester plan. So during which semesters you would like to offer the course as a part of the UniPID curriculum. Remember that for new courses and updated courses, we ask you to offer the course 3 times in different academic years. Course staff. you should also develop how about the course staff and who will be in charge of offering the course. So please provide a short description of the academic qualification and online pedagogy experience of the teacher or teaching team. And also if you are collaborating with other teachers, with other partners, so include a description of the division of task and collaboration in the if there is one more than one teacher or partner, sorry. There is another component and is the course budget. Again, this applies only for modality one, creating a new UniPID course or updating an old one, and is how uh, you are asked to develop how the funding would be or what the funding would be used for example, salaries, materials, equipment, other costs, etc. This is a tip that we or a recommendation that we are making here, and is that if you are involving different partners in the course, please bear in mind the salary system in your home university, but also the potential partners home university as well, so that you can reach a fair and a balance in the salary that you are establishing for your course. Are you also willing to open the course, for instance, via the Open University? Some of our courses are available also via the Open University, so that's why we ask if there is any chance that teachers can also open the course for via the Open University. And the last part referred for those courses that are developed and produced in collaboration with a partner in the Global South. So these are also some aspects that you may consider. Of course, as said, the possibility to open the course also to the students at the partner university and considering potential challenges that you may face and ways to overcome them as well. Some of the challenges, the most common one, are internet connection, time difference, access to platforms. If you are using, for instance, platforms that are almost so only available in Finland, then you may want to consider any other platforms as well. Description of the arrangement or contract, division of work, and the background of the partnership, how this was created, how did you come with this idea, or if you have had already some previous work together, etc. And also, you are asked to introduce the maximum number of students that will be or would be enrolled from the partner university. This last part, I think I will leave it for your consideration afterwards, after you have processed all this information. I know that this sounds like too much, but I have prepared this section here for making it easier for you to decide what is the right modality for you. So I'm asking you to answer the following questions to determine which modality is the most suitable for you and your proposal. So I have made here like 3 questions or 3 or 4 questions per modality. And if you answer yes to all of them, then I'm telling you or I'm suggesting you where to go or what is the right submission form for you. There is one for, sorry, modality one, new UniPID course, modality two, updating an existing UniPID course, and finally, sorry, for modality one, new and updating a UniPID course, and the last one is for modality two, pooling courses. So maybe this is something that you could do at home when you are already more familiar with all of this. But once again, and before jumping into the Q&A part of this session, I just want to remind you, and for those who have joining us during the session, that you are very welcome also to raise extra questions or further questions via email. So feel free to reach out to us. I will attach my contact information in this presentation, and I have been in touch also with you. So just feel free to send me an email and I will try to address your questions as soon as possible. Okay, so I hope that this wasn't very overwhelming and that you have a clearer picture of the call Now, after this presentation, now is the time for you to bring your questions, your doubts. Marika and I will do our best to respond to them. And we don't have so far any comments in the chat, so please feel free also to use the chat. I will stop sharing because then I cannot see. Yes, now I see that Madlena has asked for the floor. Yes, Madlena, and after that, Ida, please. So, Madlena.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. It was really informative. Anyhow, I do still have some questions. I'm doing a MOOC, kind of the virtual or online course about journalism and sustainable journalism in particular. And I'm in Tampere University. My first question is it okay if the UniPID course is like total MOOC? So I mean a virtual course that has no live teaching. I guess it's okay.
Yes, it's completely okay. And actually, this year we also launched our first MOOC, Essentials in Development Studies, and is developed to be done by students at a self-pace. We don't
Mm.
have any living encounters, let's say, but rather we have managed some. We have organized some video lectures and some assessment activities also for students. So that's completely okay and very welcome also to include it in our virtual studies. So yes, definitely.
Okay, that's perfect. I didn't know about the UniPID courses, so I was just thinking about if I publish the course in DigiCampus as you are doing the current MOOC, or it is there, but you are somehow doing cooperation with DigiCampus. So what is actually the advantage of having the course in UniPID platform and not DigiCampus, or connecting these two things?
I think I misunder or I am lost at the moment with the question.
Okay,
Is
I will
what is the
repeat.
difference between offering the course through UniPID and what is the difference of
In
offering the course through DigiCampus?
DigiCampus, yeah. I mean, just I need to. I'm trying to understand if I should publish my course in DigiCampus
Mm,
only, or should I do it with you? So, what would be the advantage of
yeah,
working with UniPID?
Yeah, yeah. The thing is that UniPID is a platform well offering virtual studies courses, but we are not as such a teaching platform as
Mm,
DigiCampus or Moodle, let's say.
mm,
So if you are offering a course, of course you are free and you have the liberty to choose the platform that you want. Some of our courses and the most of our courses are using Moodle, for instance,
mm.
but for our MOOC we use DigiCampus. So
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
okay.
they are different, and you are always like welcome to decide which one is better for you or works better for the methodology you are using.
Mm. Okay, thank you. And my final question is about the credits, because we're doing this course with VIKES, which is Viestintään kehityssäätiö for media development, and they are actually funding the whole thing. And they hope that we could open this course for everybody, like basically all over the world. And this has been a little bit a question of contestation in our university, because usually we don't open our courses like for
Mm,
everybody. And now I'm trying to figure out how this could be possible in practice. Like now that you told me that your courses can be open for everybody, but people outside the UniPID universities will have to pay for it, right? So what are the possibilities to open it to basically anyone?
not to pay, but it's rather that we do not have the infrastructure to offer credits for those out of our network. So
Mm,
even if they could pay, we have no chance to also offer the credits because the thing or how it works is that your course or the course that you are offering should be part of, let's say, in this case, Tampere University's curriculum. And with that in mind, then it's easy for the student, let's say, a student from the University of Oulu is taking your course, then that students will take the certificate of completion of your course, and then
Mm.
at their department they will introduce the credits that the student got from the Tampere University course. And because of this network, let's say that UniPID is supporting the process of granting credits to a student from a different member university, but we cannot grant the credits to students out of our
Yeah, I
network.
understand.
In the
I
case of
understand.
Open University, that's easier because the MOOC is open to everyone, even if they don't want to obtain the credits. But if they want to obtain the credits, but they are not part of our member universities, then they are asked to pay, but via the Open University, not via UniPID. So in your case, if you want to open the course to everyone, or if the university decide in the end to open the course to everyone, then that would be like okay for your university. But then through UniPID, let's say that we can offer the course to our member universities, and in case you have like any other partners also taking participation in the course, then we can also open the course for them, or yeah, to
Okay.
welcome them, but not to grant the credits. So that's
Okay.
something that you need to discuss at your home department or faculty.
And if we choose the open university pathway, then it is open for foreigners as well, not only to Finnish people.
Then this is not a straightforward. It's just in
Aha.
case we have the possibility or the chance to have like the courses or to offer our courses via the Open University. So far, we do it only with our MOOC course via the Open, offering also via the Open University. But it doesn't mean that if your course is approved to be part of our virtual studies program, then immediately is part of the UniPID, Open University, sorry. But rather it means
Mm.
like, okay, in the future, if there is a chance, then would you be willing to offer it
Okay.
also there?
Okay, thank you. I had a lot of questions, but I'm really happy
Yeah,
to
no
get
worry.
answers.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yes, Ida, please.
Yes. Hi. Thank you very much. I'll make it very quick. Is it possible to offer the course with 3 and 5 credit options?
Unfortunately, not, because this is already the criteria of the UniPID Virtual Studies program. So we only accept or we only offer courses that worth 5 ECTS. We
Okay.
wanted to do so with our MOOC and it wasn't possible. So yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
Yeah, I know about that course. That's why I wanted to clarify. Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. We have two comments in our chat, so I will read them out loud. From Monica Sanchez, who are the partners from the South? Is it only university partners of UniPID, or can it be some other university as long as they are from the South? Yes, we don't have a strict list of partners. Every university, or sorry, every course is also welcome to include or to get involved with the partners that they consider. So you are also welcome to bring your partners. We call them partners because, of course, our teachers are developing the courses with them, but we don't have a strict list of course of universities or partners in the Global South that you should follow, but rather you are very welcome also to develop this course with the partners that are more convenient for you or that you have already worked with them. So no strict list. The second question that we have here is, are students, for example, master's and PhD students, able to create courses in collaboration with professors and teachers? Peace, do you mean to offer the course for this proposal or to collaborate when the course is already designed? Could you elaborate a bit more? To collaborate, yes, they can collaborate and they are also very welcome to also participate. And this was what we were referring to having also students as partners, but perhaps Marika, you have like a bigger picture on this and you could suggest better.
Yeah, maybe just to shortly mention that we have had the Global Education Development course running for some years already, and then we had or we wanted to sort of see how to improve on that using the students as partners approach. So we worked collaboratively. We had a team, but then within that team also myself as the responsible teacher and the students who were selected to sort of design the course or redesign the course with us. And it was really a very interesting process where I think we both learned, the students and the teachers learned a lot. So over the course of last spring, we kind of redesigned the approach, and yeah, from that YouTube video you can hear a little bit more on our collaboration, but also the outcomes. So I would really recommend on that as well, involving the students, and I think they are really creative in terms of the kind of ideas that suggestions that they have. So I think it's a good idea to work as together.
Thank you so much, Marika. Yeah, definitely. We encourage the participation of students, and perhaps sometimes it may help also, as it happened with Marika's course, that students take part or take like the leadership in some sections of the course. So that also helps, and it's a very creative way of interaction with the students. Perhaps one recommendation that I would do here is that sometimes, of course, the course, and as you clarify here, they will collaborate with professors and teachers. And this is important because administratively, there are so many steps and instructions that need to be also followed. And perhaps this information is not well known in early researchers or early students, let's say. So it's always good to collaborate together and to have also or to share expertise between all the parts involved. But yeah, also very welcome to read these creative ways of interaction. Madlena is also asking us if can partners be also Scandinavian universities? Yes, they can also be even universities in Finland that are not part of our network. Is the case with one of our courses. Is offered by the University of Helsinki with other universities in Africa and other universities in Finland. That's also very welcome. But once again, it's important to already discuss like these practical issues, especially bearing in mind the allocation of credits for those out of our UniPID network. I think Lieve, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, sorry, but do you have any comment?
Yes, thank you. I have a question about the option to update an existing course. Is there, if we would, because we had a course for 3 years on UniPID, if we want to update that course, like how different should it be? Can it stay the same, or is it like a minimum amount that needs to change?
No strict requirement about how much the course need to be changed or modified. The course can be exactly the same. We, of course, recommend for you to take into mind, for instance, the feedback you got from the students during the time you also gave the course or offered the course. You may also want to make some modifications, for instance, for the methodology you are using. If you want to update some of the assessment activities or the way how you are promoting the interaction with the students. So there are some aspects that perhaps need to be updated, but there is no like a minimum or some criteria that some courses need to be modified or changed in order
Is
to
there
be.
Is
Yeah,
there a maximum, like if we, because most of the course existed of like lectures on different topics. If we change half of those lectures, would that be an issue?
I don't think so. And as long as the lectures and content is responding to the topic or the big topic that your course is covering, is okay. Maybe
Yeah.
it's good to refer in your proposal, for instance, if you are among the modifications you are considering. You are changing the title of the course. It's good also to mention this course was offered already under this other name and it was modified because of this. So that when the evaluation committee is reviewing your proposal, we can know actually what was the course that you are referring to.
Yeah. And then last question, the course at the moment, the course is no longer, or in 2025, the course is not going to be taught at the university. So if you want to update a course, does it have to be in the university's curriculum?
Yes, yes, and it's important maybe if the offering of the course within the university has expired already, it's good to have this discussion again so that if the course the funding, then you can ensure that you will be able also to offer the credits to students. So yes, it's important that the course is included again in the curriculum, but by the time
Yeah.
it is offered for the first time again in UniPID.
Yeah. And that can be anytime during 2025 or 2026? It
During
doesn't
the
have to be in spring, or it can
it's
be in
important,
fall.
yeah, it's important to note here that we talk about academic years. So the course need to be offered for the first time in the academic year 2025-2026. That means either
Okay, yes.
autumn 2025 or
Yes.
spring 2026.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes, no problem. And before Ida, we had other questions here. So the PhD researchers could also be part of the course design and would work as a coordinator with other professors. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Even we have had some cases where PhD researchers have offered courses. They have been like the main proponent of the course, and that's completely okay as long as the PhD have already discussed this with the department or faculty and have already considered the possibility of including the course into the curriculum. So yeah, it's always possible and always possible to collaborate. Golale is asking us, can the course be operated simultaneously through UniPID and Open University? If yes, how it can be administratively and financially followed? Um, I can talk here from our experience with the MOOC. The MOOC is offered via UniPID and is offered also via the Open University. So what we do is that we have our course in DigiCampus and our students from UniPID are open to go to the platform and complete the course. And after completion, they will like the certificate of completion will be processed firstly by the Open University, either if the students are from UniPID member university or are external students. So basically the coordination is of course by UniPID, but the Open University make available two different links for UniPID member universities and or another link for external students. And then the students decide uh, from which platform they want to obtain the certificate. So this is something that needs to be discussed also with the Open University and with the representative of the Open University at your own university, but it is possible to teach the course simultaneously. It doesn't mean, however, that you need to, for instance, offer twice the same lecture or that students need to submit twice the workload or the assessment, etc. But it's rather like the only difference, the course is offered in the regular way, but the only difference is in the end when students need to choose between one or another link to obtain the certificate of completion. So yeah, it's possible. Yes, Ida?
Yeah, my question is related to the question that Leaf asked about the amount of changes that need to be done. So basically, we have a summer course that we would like to convert into an online course. So there's going to be changes definitely in the way we teach it and the content itself, but how much sort of has to change for it to be considered a new course, or is it then a pooling course?
Yes, that's a good question. So the course is offered currently or was offered in a UniPID member university, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So if the course or the title of the course is already part of the curriculum of this
Mm.
member university, and if you aim to offer it through UniPID, then that could be through the pooling course option. If you rather are taking like some basis from this course,
Mm.
but the structure as such, or is having like some different structure, some changes, structural changes, and is even include or it will need to be included in the curriculum under another code or course code, then that will mean a new UniPID course. So the straightforward answer would be if the course would be offered under the same code or the same title that it was offered already as a summer course, or if the course needs to be again through all the process in the member university to be offered in the curriculum. Then in that case could be offered as a new UniPID course.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if I was clear enough.
Yeah, in a way, yes. Basically structural changes.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, exactly,
Mm,
exactly. Is basically about the structural changes and if the course needs to be added to the curriculum as a new, completely new course.
exactly. Yeah,
Is
thanks.
there any budget structure? This is from the chat, sorry. Is there any budget structure for the funding? Does the funding go to the host university or share with the collaborator university from Global South? Marika, do you have any reactions here?
Um, Yes, so in terms of the budget structure, does the funding go to the host university or shared with the collaborator university from the Global South? I think now that we have this opportunity to build new courses and also including the Global South, this is the first time that is done this way. So I think that we don't have yet much experience on how to go about this, but I think that in any case, it's I think very helpful to plan it together and be transparent on how budget is being built, and then I think UniPID also offers guidance, which I find always very helpful in terms of how do we collaborate in a more equal and sort of collaborative way with our Global South partners. So, but I think this is a little bit of something that we are now to explore in practice, how to sort of share the budget and of course follow institutional policies with both institutions that are involved.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Marika. Yes, the budget, just for complementing as well, the budget goes directly to the host university, which is a member university of our network, because the contract is mainly signed by UniPID and the hosting university, which needs to be a member university. Afterwards, if you, as part of your partnership or collaboration, have agreed with your partner that you will also cover some expenses or teaching expenses to them, then you should decide and discuss with your home university how to transfer the money to your partner university. But these like rearrangements or practical arrangements should be discussed within your department or faculty and the financial department as well, how they will transfer the money to your partner or collaborator. But from UniPID, we can only grant the money, the budget to the member university, and then you decide internally how to distribute it to your partners or how even, let's say, not to partners in the global south, but even for other teachers and also teaching staff, even if they are based in Finland. But it's something that you should discuss internally at your home institution because the money or the budget is not transferred to one person, but rather to the member university. Monica is also asking here in the chat, I am not sure how the Open University works, but my guess is that it gives extra funding or gives some sort of payment to the university for this course. Does this extra funding have an effect in the application for UniPID, meaning that the chances are smaller? I am not really familiar with the practices within the Open University. Marika, do you know if universities receive any extra funding for students taking courses via the Open University?
I think not to give any misinformation, I think it's important to just discuss this with the Open University and see what the practices are. Also institutionally, how we
Yeah,
might have different practices.
yeah, exactly. I'm not very familiar, but responding to the second part of your comment, it doesn't impact the evaluation of your proposal at all. We just ask if you would be willing in case, like, let's say UniPID is having a collaborative initiative with X organization, foundation, university, etc. If in case that happens, if you would be willing to offer the course via the Open University. But this doesn't impact or have any positive, either negative impact on your proposal. So no. Yes, Golale, sorry that you lost your connection. I will reach out to you with the explanation of the answer that I gave later via email as well. And Madlena has another question. Do you have some contact person in Open University who to talk, who knows the UniPID? I think the representative, if I'm not mistaken, the representative varies from university to university, right, Marika? There is like one person. There is like one person in charge of Open University at each university. So I know who is the person in charge of Open University at the University of Helsinki, but unfortunately, I'm not aware of who is the person or the representative at Tampere University. So unfortunately, I cannot give you any direct contact, but I'm sure that your department or faculty will guide you to the right person. Yes, perfect. Okay, I don't know if I've missed any question or comment. If so, please let me know. Or do you have any further doubts, questions? Okay, so seems like no questions so far. Uh, I'm sure that perhaps more questions will come also once you start going through the call, starting to fill in the registration form and formulating your proposal. And once again, you are very welcome just to raise your questions whenever you need. I will be sharing this material with you very likely tomorrow or towards the end of this week. But if no questions for now, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. We, as the evaluation committee members, are looking forward to reading your proposal. It's always very enriching activity to evaluate your proposal. So please feel free just to reach out to us. I will share my contact information with you soon. And just reach out to us if you have further questions. And have a lovely rest of the evening, morning, depending where you are based.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.